Alright guys, so part 2 of how we can 10x the power of SEO, RSS feeds or RSS feeds using SEO. The first part I showed you how we can go and use Social Send Alpha to go and create, hold on, let me just get over there, go and create a structure like this where you can see I have got an RSS feed coming into a Tumblr account, and then it's syndicating to all these other Web 2.0 accounts. And the beauty of this is that we have an automated account creator that we can go and create accounts in bulk, and any that fail we can click to reset the failed accounts and try them again. It will make 3 attempts in each one more time, and we can also click on mix accounts after we have done that, and that will mix all of the accounts together. All the delicious Dago, Tumblr, Reddit, etc. It will make databases of each so that it will use the next available account that may be failed within a particular profile. So coming back over here, each one of these rings here represents one profile, the way we set up in the last video, and that means that we can go and create 10 times the amount of syndication with IFTTT from one single blog post every time you create a blog post, if you're using your RSS feed from your WordPress site, for example, or from your YouTube channel, for example. Okay, so what I've shown you to do so far in the previous video is that we create we add our RSS feed into the ingredients. Every single one of these, we got complete control of the ingredients. You saw me create one first, and I completed every single ingredient for each one of these syndication applets, as IFTTT call them. Okay, and then I just simply copied and pasted over to 10 different rings, and within each ring what we did is we assigned a group. Okay, applet group. So this is group 1, the next one is group 2, group 3, group 4, and what that means is we're using different profiles for each one of these rings, and the profile is equal to one set of accounts. Okay, so we will have full sets of accounts if you make enough accounts. Even if you got some red in here, you can reset them, you can retry them, it will retry 3 more times, and then you can mix the accounts to make databases to give us the best possible chance to be able to go and create this syndication happening every time you make a new blog post, for example. Okay, so how can we take it further from there? Well, the next step that we got to do, now we have set this up, is we have actually got to put this syndication into these IFTTT accounts. Okay, that's the next step that we really need to do, and if we go and do that, then it's set up, and it's set up one time, and it will run for as long as your accounts are active within those IFTTT accounts. Okay, now there's ways that we can monitor that. We've got a links monitor tool in here, and with the links monitor tool, if I just go in here, you can see it's picking up every single account that we have created, and it's also picking up some RSS feeds as well. Now I do still need to add some extra RSS feed URL structures for some of these platforms or sites that we're using in here, and from there what we can do is we can take that and we can click, we can take all of these, for example, and we can send all of this over into something called RSS Advanced. And RSS Advanced, what it's going to do, it's going to get all the RSS feeds that's available, okay, and it's going to index and ping them, and it's going to create a feed burner account, and it's going to mash up all those RSS feeds into one RSS feed. Okay, it's going to mash it, all these multiple RSS feeds into one RSS feed, post it into FeedBurner, then it's going to index from RSS directories to that FeedBurner account. So the FeedBurner account RSS feed is going to get syndicated even more. So this is really, really powerful, and it's a quick way to get indexed as well, because FeedBurner of course is owned by Google, and also with the indexing and pinging and all that good stuff happening. What you will see here as well is once we have started creating the RSS feeds and stuff, we've got a whole bunch of short URLs, and that is creating from that FeedBurner RSS feed as well. Okay, and all these short URLs are created for every single one of these RSS feeds, as well as the feed burner one. You can see I've got feed burner in here, but before feed burner I've got all these other RSS feeds, and it goes and creates all of these. And that means that we can click on all this, and we can click on send to, and we can index and ping from here. Okay, really powerful stuff. That means that maximizes the chances of getting all of those IFTTT posts that we ever create indexed and pinged, and it's 2 or 3 clicks to be able to do it. It's really super simple to do. Right now, if I come over to the SIND mapper, you can see here, if I choose the SIN map that I want to work with, which I showed you how to do in the previous video. So for example, the 10x Tumblr power feed that we have just created, what we can do is we can click in here, and it's going to tell me you need 10 accounts for this SIN map. Okay, please add 10 accounts. You will also need 10 RSS URLs. Okay, so that means that I need to put in here, in this little tab at the top, 1 RSS feed at a time. Okay, and I need to put in here 10 accounts that I want to work with. Now, what if you want to work with the same Tumblr account like I demonstrated with the actual maps editor? This was designed to use a high metric expired Tumblr account that we can pick up on Fiverr.com or Conquer.io, and that way we are building authority, even more authority into this Tumblr account that's already got a whole bunch of backlinks and good SEO metrics, and that is going to be linking back into each blog post that we create. So our blog post is being syndicated through here, and this syndicates out to all these different Web 2.0 sites, and each one of these rings represents different accounts for each of these Web 2.0 and bookmarking properties. Okay, so what we have here on the face of it is we have got 10 rings with 1 RSS feed being used again and again for all 10, with 1 Tumblr account being used again and again for all 10. Okay, so it's the same RSS feed, the same Tumblr account. The Tumblr account is going to be an expired Tumblr. It's going to have good SEO metrics. It's going to have existing backlinks, and that's going to give us backlinks back into our blog posts. And this will happen every single time. But all of these other Web 2 accounts and bookmark accounts, etc. in here, these are coming from different profiles every single time. Now, how do I make this Tumblr account the same for every single one? Well, the simple answer is that we come into the accounts, and what we need to do is when we're in the accounts, we know that we're going to be using the first 10 accounts in here. So what we do is we just simply come to where it's got the Tumblr account, we double click on this, and you're going to put in the username and the password for your expired Tumblr. Okay, and you're going to choose the blog for that one. Now, to be able to get the name of the blog within that Tumblr account, you can remember that you can do multiple Tumblr accounts with 1 Tumblr username and password. Okay, so it's creating a Tumblr account. You can do multiple blogs within it, almost like you can do multiple YouTube channels with 1 Google account. Okay, so to be able to get the blogs that is created with that Tumblr account, you need to go and create some blogs first. So what we want to do is have 1 main blog that we're working with, and that's the one that you have got recreated from the expired account. Okay, so you will click on that to get the blogs. It will pull back the name of the blog. You just take it from the drop down here and you click on save the changes. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I do not have right now an expired Tumblr account. I need to go and buy one. Okay, even if I did, I wouldn't put it there because again, we haven't got the password sort of starred out, and people can see what my password and stuff is, so I don't want to do that. But we would do that for every single one of these accounts in here for the first 10 accounts. You might want to take it a little bit further for the first 15 accounts, for example, just in case you want to reuse them again and again for different kinds of strategies, maybe from doing an RSS feed from an extra folder using WP video sites on your money site, for example, where it's creating that extra folder. Right now, so what we would do, again, we're just going to account 2, we would put in the same details, click on get blogs, and it will pull back the blog, which is going to be your expired one, and the same one for Number 3, click on Tumblr, double click, and the same thing again and again for all 10 that you need to use. Okay, once that is done, what you do is you click on the home button and you come back over and you go to the send mapper over here, and then you are going to choose your RSS URLs. Now your RSS URLs is going to be according to what you want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to put in here https anthonyhayes.online/feed. Okay, so that's going to be the same one I want to use again and again, okay, for all 10. And that way I can use that feed every single time. Now I'm needing to double check that this will automatically use the same feed, so that we've got that every single time being used. I might have to put a checkbox option in here to be able to do that, and if that is needed, we will have that in there by tonight. I'll just check with my coder before I run it, because I still need to get the Tumblr feeds anyway, the Tumblr accounts anyway. When we come over to the IFTTT info, what we would do in this situation, once we got our Tumblr's expired Tumblr account into the first 10 accounts, is we're just going to simply go through the first one, and we'll go through into add the second account, okay, and we'll add the third account, so on and so forth until all 10 are done, and then we can start to create the recipes. Okay, and that means what is going to happen is this will syndicate every single time you make a blog post from your money site. Okay, so whether you're using a niche site, this could be really powerful if you're using it for Amazon niche sites. If you're using Traffic Scout Alpha, for example, you can see the power of this. You set it up one time and it runs as long as those accounts are still active within those IFTTT accounts. Okay, really powerful. It's almost like OnlyWire, but 100 times the power or 1,000 times the power, because you're not limited at all. You can do this as many times as you like. You can go and take this same structure, because we have already saved it. I can delete that and pull it back in within seconds, and just simply go and change what Tumblr account or what RSS feed I want to work with next. Okay, so if I run that 10 times, it's going to give me 1,600 links for every single blog post that I do. Now, what if I want to take it further and I want to put in a new RSS feed? Maybe if I use Abbas WP video sites and I create a new WordPress folder, and I make sure I've got a link going in every time I create a post with that to a specific blog post or Amazon niche review post or whatever. There's a little bit of manual work at that stage, but we need to do it properly, so we need to do that extra step just to go and put a link into each post to link into a relevant post on the main site, on the main domain. Okay, so what that would mean is that we could have, for example, 3 WordPress video site posts created from Abbas's plugin, linking into one Amazon review or one blog post on your money site. Okay, and every time that you create that, then you are creating 3 times this going into those, and that's a second tier links linking into the WP video sites post, which is putting some link juice into that one, and therefore that link juice is passing through into your money site post or your Amazon review post, and all this will happen automatically. The only thing you need to do is make sure you put in the correct links when you're using WP video site. So in essence, you've got complete control. I mean, this is really powerful stuff, guys. This is so powerful, and you only need to set it up one time. As I mentioned, you've got all these 10, you can pull it in any time. You've got multiple ways that you can use it. Once you set it up that one time, you know, it might take 15-20 minutes first time you do it. If you need to watch this video twice, watch it at 2x speed or 1.5 speed so that you can get through it quicker. But I will put some bullet points underneath the video as well to help you to speed it along, and we can you know, have that syndication happening. So literally we could have thousands of links being created every time we do what we normally do in creating a blog post. Now if you're using Traffic Scout Alpha, this is getting really powerful, because if I go into Traffic Scout Alpha, I just need to open it up. Then what we can do, now I've got this open up, you can see I've got here for let's see, what was this one? This is about exoputic folding bags, I think. Okay, so if I want to do a post around exoputic folding bags, these are basically upright bags you use indoors. Okay, you can see you can sort of lean back and stuff like that. You need to do a little bit of filtering in here as well, which is really easy to do. Just choose if you want something that's under $100 or over $100. You just click up here and you can remove if less or greater than, etc., etc. Okay, I'll remove, for example, if less than 100. Click on that, and I've still got 11 products. So what if I do remove if less than 120? Let's see, 125. Okay, you can see I've got 10 products now. Now what I can do then is I just click on all of these. Okay, just checkbox all. Send it over to WordPress poster. I'll put table plus content in here. Okay, I'll just do this very, very quickly to show you the power of what we can do. If you combine this with the social send alpha, then this is really, really powerful. Now I'm actually doing this video for the social send alpha and for the traffic scout alpha people, but it's relevant for anybody who's got social send alpha. Now what I want to do is I want to create a table. I'm going to make the header color black to fit in with the Amazon theme, and I'll click on create the table, and you can see it's created that table in here. Just make sure I don't have anything missing or anything kind of odd. And you can see here I didn't do proper filtering. I've actually got bikes instead of the exoputic ones, but just for the purpose of demonstration I'll click on insert the table. Okay, that was me not checking stuff. It was just, there's not the software. The software is doing what it's told. Right now, when I open this up, first thing I want to do is come over here. I'm going to click on that little arrow, and I'm going to come over here, resize the table images. I'm going to choose 50%, and I'll click on OK. That makes it easier to read. It's going to look nicer when it goes into the WordPress blog. Okay, and here you can see I've got a comparison table at the top. I've got list style post down here. Maybe I want to take part of this content and spin it, for example. I can do that. I can just click on that paragraph there. I can come up here and put auto spin, and I can choose spin selected text with preview. And what that's going to do is going to spin according to the spinner settings that you've put in. If you're using the best spinner or Word AI or any of those, then it's going to give you some options here. It's going to show you a variation of the spinning. You can click on randomize until you got something that you're very happy with. Okay, and then you can click on use this text, and it will spin the text so you've got something unique from what is in Amazon, for example. Okay, and you can see that we have this comparison table and list style post. Now it's really quick and very, very easy then to do this, and all we need to do is click on save and close, and we can post it into WordPress. Now before we do that, maybe we want to put some videos and stuff in here. So what we can do is we can click on, first of all, and click on preview and make sure you're happy with it, make sure it's looking nice, etc., etc. You can reformat some of this as well, which is always a good idea to do. But what if we wanted to add in here some multimedia? Okay, so what we can do is we click on this button here where we got the home, and we've also got the insert, and I can put in here, I can maybe choose some video. Okay, I'll click on the video, and you can see there's a whole bunch of videos that we found on YouTube, and I can find something that looks good for me to use, and I can click on that, and it's going to add that in. Now if I come back over here and I click on the preview, it's going to show me a video there. You can see the video needs centered, which I can do quite easily. Just come over here and click on the centering, and you can make a really good high quality multimedia blog post. Now what's important about the way that we have done this is that we found the featured snippets appear if you have got rankings in the first page of Google. The lowest I've seen is number 6 taking the featured snippet spot, and I'll give you a demonstration of that in just a second as well. So if you've got comparison table, you can get into the featured snippets. Okay, I'll show you what that is in just a second if you're not sure. And if you've got list style posts like this, then you can get into the featured snippets. So we've combined them to give us double the chance. Okay, now how do we get these ranking? Well, this is how it's so important to be using tools like Social Send Alpha, so we got that mass syndication. Okay, and it's set out one time, and it will just keep going. It will keep going forever as long as those accounts are active, and we can create that powerful strategy with the power feeds from the Tumblr accounts, you can even add, do that sort of 10x strategy with different Tumblr accounts every time you go and create it. And all you're doing is you're keeping the same RSS feed and you're putting in a different details for a Tumblr account, or if you want to do it with Blogger account, you can do it with Blogger, etc., etc. Okay, so this is how it gets really powerful. Now, using this strategy with Traffic Scout Alpha, you can see how this can get really seriously powerful as a combination of just automation, because we are optimizing here for topical SEO as well. We're getting a whole bunch of keywords in here that we don't even need to try for. I mean, it's just happening. All these keywords are all relevant keywords, and you will find, if you look in SEMrush, that you're ranking for multiple keywords for one post because they're all inserted into the content, and your content is getting found by Google and it's finding all that stuff. Now, add the backlinking now, which we're going to do with the social send alpha stuff. We're also going to do it with high quality PBN links. We're also going to do it with video syndication links as well, and you can see how easy and quickly it gets really, really powerful, and none of it is hard. Absolutely none of it is hard, apart from maybe if you want to build out your own PBN network. Okay, but we will be selling PBN links when I build out a really, really high quality networks, but only within my customer base. It's not going to be advertised in any marketplace or any forums, etc. So you just have to watch and be a part of the Skype groups really to find out about it, because it will be kept very, very low key. Anyway, so you can see I can just save this and close it. Now, even more powerful again is before I go posting now, okay, I can go into the options in here. Now, this is going to post into the WordPress site that I choose. Okay, I'll click on accounts, I'll choose what WordPress site I want to work with, and I'll choose my accounts from whatever I have saved them in my desktop. Okay, now I can come over here to the options and we can choose. We can automate social bookmarking after uploading into WordPress. We can automate, I won't put link wheel here because these posts are designed one post for one site at a time. I can choose to index and ping the WordPress post. I can send it over to Rank Tracker. We've got an unlimited Rank Tracker here. You can put as many keywords as you want, as many URLs as you want with our Rank Tracker over here. Okay, you can save as draft actually, which I prefer to do, and then we can take the URL and we can go into these things manually over here, and we can also send to the Alpha Network PBNs and networks pardon me if we choose to as well. Now, if you want to combine all those stuff together, and you can see the automation, then you can see the power of this. And the reason I wanted to demonstrate the Traffic Scout Alpha is because this video was actually made for them anyway. But it's going to be public for everybody to see. It's so that the people who don't have Traffic Scout Alpha, if you don't want to do Amazon affiliate marketing, for example, you don't want to do those review sites, that's fine. If you are doing any kind of content on the web, then you can take that power that we have built in here, and with 20 minutes setup, you have something that you can reuse again and again and again. You could actually be driving thousands and thousands and thousands of links every time you do the stuff that you normally do anyway. So if you're normally a sort of video marketer using YouTube, then every time you post a new video on YouTube like you normally do, if you spend 20 minutes setting this up, then you could have thousands of syndications happening automatically every time you upload that video, a new video. Okay, if you're a blogger, then every time you make a new blog post, you've got that syndication. Now, the beauty of this system is that we have got it set up in a way that we try to keep it as safely done as possible. Okay, and I'll bring you back now over to the mind map that I've got here, and you can see here we have our money site, or you have your YouTube channel. We linking it to a tier 1 Tumblr that's got high SEO metrics, and then we have all the other syndication happening. Now, we've set it up for 10. I've shown 5 here as an example. We have actually set it up for 10 with just a couple of minutes extra work. What's happening really in reality is that from this tier, the links going to the money site is only coming from one place. Okay, all those thousands of links that we're creating is not going direct to your money site. It's going via one Tumblr account. Now, you can recreate this as many times as you want. okay, as many times as you want. So you can use, 10 different 10 different Tumblr accounts with 10 different setups like these. Okay, so you can do this 10 times with 10 different Tumblr accounts. Excuse me, I'm sorry for the coughing. I'm kind of recovering from some kind of fever. So excuse me. But it does mean that you can go and recreate this 10 times with 10 different Tumblr accounts. And then in that situation, what we will have is we will have 10 links coming in from 10 different Tumblrs. Or if you want to do the next one with the high SEO metric blogger account, you can do that too. Okay, really, really powerful. And that's the beauty of softwares like Social Send Alpha. Now, if you combine it, like I mentioned, with the Traffic Scout Alpha, which is really, really powerful because we're getting some major content created really super fast, then you can see how this just explodes. Okay, at the same time, we're keeping the money side perfectly safe by not having too many links first tier coming in. Okay, I will talk more about first tier backlinks later in the niche ripping 2.0 course for the people who have got Traffic Scout Alpha, but we've got some very cool stuff that we're going to be doing. And now I did promise I would show you something about the feature snippets, so I better do that right now. I'll just go over to Google. I'll just open a new tab in Google and I'll bring it over here. And what we'll do is we will put a search in here. I'm going to put best folding bikes. And you can see here, best folding bags, and you can see we have a snippet here. This is called a featured snippet. Now, this is not the #1 ranked web page for that search term. Okay, this one here is the #1 ranked web page for that search term. In fact, it's not even #2. This one, the independent.co.uk, it's not even #2. It's not even #3. It's actually #4. So the #4 ranked web page is actually taking the bulk of the traffic for that particular search term. And this is happening more and more and more. Okay, if you go and do some research, go and type into Google featured snippets optimization, you will find a whole bunch of very authority type of SEO blogs and bloggers talking about how to optimize featured snippets and what they've learned and what they've found out and what they've tested and all that kind of geeky stuff. And I spent the best part of a whole day really going through as much as I could so that we could get that information and we could put that information or use that information and build strategies within Traffic Scout Alpha, which is what I've just demonstrated to you with our comparison posts, with our list style post. And you can see here, this is a list style post. That doesn't mean that Google doesn't rank this one as the best answer to that search term. It's just this one is a list style post, and the way that its algorithm works is if you have a list style post or a comparison table in your post, then you are optimized to get feature snippets, but you still need to be ranking on page 1. And as you can see, you do not need to be #1 to get this spot. So you can take the traffic from these top 3 authority sites. Now, what you will find again and again, especially with Amazon type affiliate marketing search results, is that you will find that you're competing with Amazon, you're competing with eBay, you're competing with Walmart, you're competing with manufacturers. How do we beat them? Well, they don't tend to do list style posts. They do not tend to do comparison tables. Okay, we do automated, and we have that syndication, that massive syndication happening, and that's going to give us a huge head start over them. And that is how we can outrank those big authority sites. Powerful stuff, guys. Have a think about it and leave a comment underneath the video or in the blog post if you got any questions. And please make sure you do join the Skype groups if you're not already in there, because it's good if we can keep those Skype groups active, talking about strategy stuff, and so that everybody is getting the benefit of that. And anything good that I like, we will do a video, we will put it into the Ask Me Anything blog, and we'll put it in there and keep it as a resource for us to benefit from long term. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.